welcome to Titanium Taurus Tarot, and today I'll be doing a reading for Taurus, okay? So this is for any placement of Taurus you have in your chart. If you do, great. If you don't, great as well. You probably have a message in here for you, so keep an ear out. And if you are a cross-watcher, I welcome you with open arms, because Seven knows I was a cross-watcher for many a video myself, so I get you and I got you. Now, I will mention the decks I use as I use them. I will also mention when it is important for you to utilize your intuition. On top of that, the decks will also be mentioned in the description box below. So with that being said, my gorgeous Tauruses, let's get into your cards. Yeah. Now the first deck I'm going to use is the Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. Alright, so please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share. And you have the Prince of Spring. Fire. Prince of Spring. Alright. Seven of Summer with the Dreamer and the Release card and the Empress. The Empress. Okay. No. Now, for the clarifying cards, I'm going to use the Froud. By the way, I use selenite on my decks to cleanse them between use. So, Froud's Fairy Oracle. Alright? So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week by clarifying the Prince of Spring in the upright. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect by clarifying the Prince of Spring. And you have the Singer of Intuition, the Maiden at the bottom of the deck, followed by here the Fairy Sword, as well as the Undressing the Salad. So, let me begin. So the Prince of Spring is a charming, self-confident, passionate, and restless individual. It says, immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. Yay! So, yes. Though I would caution that this is my intuition talking, so if it doesn't resonate, please don't make it resonate. Alright? I caution to be discerning between if it's actually time to do it or not, and also be able to know if you were guided to do something, so you did it, which is great, which is you utilizing your own intuition. But then if the response from the other side is not up to par to respond to the challenge that you lay before that said person, okay, let them go. They're not ready. It's fine. I'm actually talking about something that just happened like a moment ago. And I was interested to see what the person would have done, and he was like, nah. He brushed it off, so I'm like, you know what, whatever, next. I just wanted to see, and it didn't really pan out, so it's okay. Now, the cards clarifying it are the Singer of Intuition, which is so up to par. Because the singer of intuition talks of perceptiveness, oracular powers, awareness, and trust, as well as experience. I mentioned that you, not to lay a trap, but you put a test and let them pass the test themselves. If their answer is not adequate to your test, well, they flunked, and that is not because of you, that is their thing. So that is what I meant to say with the Prince of Spring. Just be discerning between if they're ready or not. They're ready for what you have to offer or not. If they don't, just let them go and go for something new. With the Maiden, which talks of auspicious beginning, birth, hope, growth, and joy. See, if that person does not have it, that just means utilize your intuition, discern if it is useful for you or not at this time. If not, then move on to something better that will give you an auspicious beginning. That will be a blank slate, something new, which will be more interesting, right? Yes. Now, the next card is He of the Fairy Sword. Now, He of the Fairy Sword talks of active principle, spiritual will, justice, and protection. Now, if you actively look for something and if you actively search, you will be utilizing your spiritual will to make something happen. And if you do that, you will be protected in the sense that you are putting forth some action towards the realization of your goal, which is very important. Yeah. I could have done this a while ago, but I didn't because I felt like it wasn't the right timing for it. So I let it off. But then, now I'm like, okay, I'll try. I tried and he failed the test. So, next. Now, the next card is the undressing of a salad. Now, to the people around you, alright, you might look like you have no idea what you're doing. You might look like the example that I just used. Okay, you might look like you might look like you don't know what you're doing when in actuality you know full well what you're doing. And you are testing the waters and seeing if it's the right fit. If not, it's okay. So if others around you don't get you, it's fine. They don't need to understand what you're doing. You need to understand what you're doing, and you need to stick to your plan. So look at this card. Okay, yesterday and the day before, it was the first times I understood, I got the idea of this being a teacher, and this demonstrating something to the class. Right? And so right now you are the leader of the group, and what I'm saying is that he is depicting something, he is showing something, he is giving an explanation, and the people in the class or the students have no idea what he's getting at. That's just because they don't see the end result yet. But that doesn't mean that the Smurf or the teacher, I call him the Smurf, the teacher does not have an idea of where he's going. Just because you don't see it yet does not mean that they have no idea where they're going, right? And so I feel like that is what is coming to my mind, all right? They don't need to understand what you're doing, nothing, They might probe and prod, poke and prod, that's fine. Just keep a level head. Allow things to simmer down. You do you. It's all good. Yeah. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, I'm going to write that poke and prod. You do you. You do you. Let them wonder. Yahaha. So, and that is a lot. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses. And you got the Seven of Winter, with the Queen of Summer at the bottom of the deck, followed by the Two of Winter, Two of Summer. Two of Winter. What am I talking about? Alright. Now, I will clarify this. Yep. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses. And you got Shiv the Crutch, followed by Iris of the Rainbow, followed by Indy, and followed by the Luminous Doom. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, 3 cards you got for the second set are, number 1, the Seven of Winter. Now, the Seven of Winter, alright, talks of there is a better choice. Not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. Okay. Then you have the Queen of Summer, who is a loving, comforting, emotional, and intuitive individual. It says, listen to your heart. Intuitive insights you can trust. Taking care of others. Perhaps too much. We are Wednesday, are we not? I'm not mixing up my days. Yep. Taking care of others. Perhaps too much. Yeah. Now, the next card. Two of Summer. Now, the Two of Summer, okay, talks of falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to listen to this again. I don't have Taurus in my chart, but I feel like this is talking to me. Okay. And the cards clarifying that are Shiv the Crutch, which talks of the receptive principle, fertility, and nurturing. So I feel like that is what is needed so that the relationship can be healed. Nurturing and being fertile, allowing things to, like, taking a breath and not getting too, like, overcome by emotion. I mean, I have like 4 placements of earth in my chart. I also have 4 placements of water, 2 of air, and 1 of fire. It just so happens that my 1 of fire is my rising. And I'm currently dealing with a Sagittarius, and I'm like, ugh. It's like we're butting heads. And I'm just like, you know what? Nah. F off. Too much info into my life. Now, the next card is Iris of the Rainbow. Okay, Iris of the Rainbow talks of hope and promise for the future. So, there is a better choice you see, with the Seven of Winter, it says you're not seeing clearly. There is a better choice. So maybe that person is not the best choice for you. If I utilize my example, that person that I'm thinking of might not be the right person. Maybe someone else is a better choice. You know, you're not seeing things clearly. So while you wait, be loving and comforting and utilize your intuition in regards to what your next step is, so that you can fall in love with someone else, or if you are hell-bent on staying with that person, okay, to forgive and to resolve the problem, even if that means that you're going to have to take a step back. You know? I'm a Leo rising, so we're kind of hard-headed. So is Sagittarius. Any fire sign, really. Like Earth. Well, I do have Virgo and Capricorn in my chart, so it's gonna be an interesting thing. Now, the next card is the Indie card. Now, the Indie card, alright, talks of indecision, wishy-washing, making a decision, and commitment. So that is the other possibility, that you decide to stick with this person and have this relationship run its course, right? And even within that, you know, okay, is that you need to take care of yourself more due to the fact that your counterpart is not really like as intuitive as you might like, or as in tune with what is going on. It's just saying. Now, the third set. So please, and the card that fell is the Ten of Spring. Alrighty then. It's gonna be an uphill battle if you try to go it alone. It's gonna be an uphill battle. It's going to be very difficult because you'll have too many responsibilities weighing down. On you. So you need to absolutely ask for help from others. Right? So if you decide to stick with this person, it's going to be an uphill battle. Yeah. Now. So, please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week by clarifying the Ten of Spring. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share why the Ten of Spring is here. These angels and guides, and you got Lady of the Harvest with Town the Poet at the bottom of the deck, as well as Unity. Unity and Dark Lady, as well as Sylvanus. Okay, now let me just mention. Okay, so the Ten of Spring talks of having way too many responsibilities. It says, ask for help from others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Yep. Being weighed down by way too many responsibilities. Okay? So then the cards clarifying that are the Lady of the Harvest, which talks of completion, grief, loss, harvest, and release. I feel like this is mainly talking about harvest and release. You are deciding that it is time for you to move on, to ask for help from others, and to harvest all the help that you have around you that is just waiting to help you go forth, right? Next, you have Taum the poet. Now, Taum, alright, talks of clear sight, poetry, erotic energy, laughter, and not getting into serious mischief. It's knowing what you want to create, knowing clearly what you want to create, exactly what it is you want to create, and not being lighthearted and trying to manifest that out of joy, not taking things too seriously, not getting to serious mischief, right? Taking things as they come. Then you have unity. Now, unity talks of union, mystical experiences, and spiritual home. It's where you feel good. It's finding that person that makes you feel good. So basically, this is saying that you can't see clearly at this moment, but because of that, you need to be very nurturing to yourself and understanding that it is just a blip in the road, and there's nothing. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It is going to happen. Just be patient with yourself and also be open to receive new love. Or if you're decided to stick with the old one, then be ready to let go of stuff that you found important prior, right? Then you have the 10 of Spring. So it's gonna feel like an uphill battle. Though once you get to the top of the hill, it's going to be a completed cycle. You will have completed something and you will be able to say, okay, I did this, alright? But you need to clearly know what it is you want to create, because or else it's going to be very, very easy to slip up and go into the 7 of Wands, 7 of Winter, and the 10 of Wands, 10 of Spring, which is being weighed down by too many responsibilities, having too much going on, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go. So if you want to be able to go to your spiritual home and be able to have mystical experiences and feel in union with your partner, okay, there needs to be, you need to clearly see what it is you want to create in your mind's eye. Then you also need to be aware of your unconscious powers and wisdom, rituals, mysteries, secrets. Now, when I say unconscious powers and wisdom, I am mainly talking about law of attraction. I'm mainly talking about being able to manifest what it is you want through the law of attraction. It's knowing how to utilize it and knowing what to do, what not to do, to activate it. Manifestation. Yes. And then finally, you have Sylvanus. Now, Sylvanus, alright, talks of truth cutting through deception and clarity. So this is basically you being able to see, okay, I have all this. I have all these options. I need to pick one and stick to it. But I want to make the right choice. Alright. That was pretty spot on. You want to make the right choice to clearly see, yet again, clearly see what it is your next step is going to be. Right? Next, we are going to utilize, again, the Radleigh Valentine's Fairy Tarot deck. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good, who has a message for my Saggies, Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect for the coming week. Please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses. And you have the 6 of Spring. Yay! And this has been coming up. This was King and Prince and Queen, the Lovers. 6 of Spring, followed by the Prince of Autumn, the Queen of Autumn, and the Lovers. So if you continue down this path of being able to tap into clarity and getting exactly, going to exactly what it is you want to create, you will definitely be able to succeed in it, because the 6 of Wands talks of wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring relief. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. So smart choices of deciding to not go for the... No, let me reiterate. Smart choices in regards to whom you're going to go after and the way you deal with it. Okay, number 1. Number 2 will lead you to a very dependable, very protective, a very chivalrous and humorous individual, and at the bottom, which is the Prince of Autumn, by the way. And at the bottom of the card it says cautious but wise action, which is exactly what you're doing. You are rethinking your previous steps and you are going in the right direction. Yes. Then you have meticulous attention to detail, because now you clearly know what it is you need to stay away from. Then you have kindness to others. And sometimes kindness to others is being able to cut them off, right? Is being able to say, okay, this person is no longer for me, and you are liberating them from your attachment so that they can go and find their person, which is also important. Then you have the Queen of Autumn. Now the Queen of Autumn, alright, is a generous, stylish, gracious, and practical individual. It says, be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. On 2 counts, this card is so on point, it is hilarious. That is why I laughed as I was reading. Number 1, the ability to make anything more beautiful, which is be practical with respect to how you proceed. Be practical, right? Then meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. That person that you thought was the best choice that really turned out not to be the best choice, that you're being able to let go of that person was of key importance, alright? And I can't believe this happened to me like today, like just a minute ago. This is hilarious. And synchronicities, I'll write that down too. Maybe not for you, but definitely for me. So, but if you go down this path, what I'm saying is utilize your intuition, please. First and foremost, don't forget this was my interpretation, and my interpretation is not your interpretation. So listen to your intuition rather than just listening to mine. Right, now the Queen of Autumn at the end says meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. So you're definitely going to go towards your dreams this month, this week. I mean, because things will line up. And then you will need to make a choice. right? And the choice is true love that is long lasting, which would be for those who have decided to stick with that person, with that previous connection that you had. And then also choices made from the heart. So utilizing your intuition, because your heart is another center of your intuition. You have your third eye, your heart, and your gut. You know, like your gut intuition, your gut is telling you something in that sense, right? I personally have a splenic intuition, which means that my intuition is so on point. Sometimes I'll get an immediate answer, and I know that that's the thing for me. There are less people who are of a splenic intuition, but we do exist. So listen to your intuition. Figure out which one it is. Okay? And there are ways to figure it out. Now, maybe I should do another Monday video on that. Ways to figure out how you intuit. Stuff. Okay. So, the Lovers, which is Gemini energy, by the way. Choices made from the heart, another center, like I said, and a return to good health. It's a decision that will allow you to be more calmer in your thoughts, because you won't be so divided. You know? Yeah. Now, it's funny. Okay, next card. Clarifying. So please, angels and guides, anyone for the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and clarify the fourth set. Please, angels and guides, anyone from the highest good who has a message for my Tauruses, please come forward and share what they should expect. You got the Singer of Courage in the reverse. What am I really afraid of? What are you really afraid of? In regards to what? In regards to this choice, what are you really afraid of? Then you have the Fairies of the future, which tells you to be here now in order to get guidance while you move forward, right? As well as Epona's Wild Daughter, which talks of inner shadow, nightmare, depression, madness, and growth. Wait, so there's Epona's Wild Daughter, Poharel of the Water, Singer of Healing, the Rara card, the Pook, Singer of Connection, the Journeyman, and Wathos the Wild. Okay, so what was the question again? What am I really afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of making this choice? Why? And the answer to your question is, how can you be more certain whilst making this choice? Is by being here now in order to see the guidance that is coming towards you from your surroundings. Next you have Epona's Wild Daughter. So, it talks of inner shadow, which means that in order for you to really be able, the guidance moving forward is that you need to work on your shadow self. Things that you feel you could, marvelously work with that might make you go crazy a bit, because it's your shadow, right? You're not certain of everything, and sometimes you don't feel like going in that on that side of you or in that side of you, in order to figure out what you need to do to grow and expand, right? But if you gracefully accept change and allow these things to happen and experience the emotions, as well as go with the punches and like experience this change that is happening, you will definitely be able to heal not only your body, your mind, but also and or your spirit, which will be very healing for you. Then you have the Rara card. Now the Rara card talks of pure potential, wild energy. So basically, when you get to that point of being healed and having gone through your shadow stuff and having worked on it, you will definitely be, no one will be able to touch you. You will be able to create everything. What I mean by that is you will be able to create, what's the terminology I want? You will be able to create anything because you're full of potential. You are pure potential. You're not just full of potential, you're pure potential. You can create whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, with whatever you want. You can be like MacGyver and like create anything out of nothing. Seriously. MacGyver of your life. Then you have the Poke. Now the Poke talks of good and bad and bad and good, paradox, resolution. And MacGyver, I'm not very familiar, I didn't see the show, so I can't really say, but from the snippets I did see, this man can create anything out of anything, right? So basically your intuition or your creativity is going to be on point due to the fact that you'll be able to see what works well together and what you'll be able to make out of that like connection, you know? You can. Then you have the Singer of Connection. Now the Singer of Connection talks of spiritual connection, karma, balance, and empathy. So it's you connecting with your higher self. It's you connecting with your intuition. It's you connecting with that part of you that will balance out your karma. So that you can see more clearly what it is you need to do next. Then you have the Journeyman. Now once your karma has been cleared and you can see clearly where you're going to go next and how you're going to go it, like, let me reiterate, you're going to see where your next destination is and how to get there, you will know without the shadow of a doubt that you can take a step in the void and have something pop up, right? And support you in your journey. You don't need to see it now, but you believe that it's coming, that it's there. It's going to take care of you. It will. Something will support you. Because that's what the Fool does. Now this is the Journeyman, right? Now the Journeyman talks of adventure, independence, polishing of skills, and travel. Now the Journeyman looks a lot like the Fool. So that's what I wrote on this card, the Fool. Yeah. And then you have Luathas the Wild. Now Luathas, alright, talks of haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, and balance. Which makes me think of Sagittarius. I'm going to write this down. Saggy card. Sagittarius. Because this reminds me of temperance. Yes, and it also reminds me of the Sagittarius I was talking about. So, while, I mean, when you get to the Fool energy, but once you balance out your karma, you'll be able to go forth and be the Fool that you are. Not the Fool as in crazy, but be the Fool as in begin a new adventure with high hopes and optimism. Right? And without allowing any of your past experiences to taint the current experience. Then you have, once you do that, you will be able to set forth and balance anything out, right? And be able to clearly create what you want to create. So, my gorgeous Tauruses, that is all that I have for you guys this week. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and my price. Now, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff, as well as leaving me a comment, because I adore comments. I read them all. I might not answer all of them, but I absolutely read them all. And with that being said, my gorgeous Tauruses, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye!